Against this right back, Charlie.
I could get used to that entrance. People, deluded, I'm back again. I hope you're all doing well and safe wherever you are. As usual, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and in some cases, good night, depending on where you guys are. I hope everybody's well and safe. Obviously, it's Tuesday. I hope you had a good start to the week yesterday. I hope you lot are aggressive in your pursuit of your goals, hopes, dreams, and aspirations this week. I know football's back. I know my team, PSG, are signing Lionel Messi. Shameless plug, 3 p.m. We'll go and cover that Lionel Messi business on YouTube, people. Let me actually give you a link while we're here on that note as well. Please make sure you're checking out the pinned message. Can we get to 100 likes on this? Can we obviously make sure we're subscribing on YouTube, we're following and subscribing on Twitch and all of those sort of things? I'm going to be doing a Super Cup watch along, people. I'm just letting you lot know that will be 7:30 because I think it's kicking off at 8. It won't be on YouTube. I will be on Twitch. Deluded Gooner. So again, if you don't follow me on Twitch, or you're not subscribed on Twitch, or don't even have a clue what the hell Twitch is, you're going to miss out in it. So I don't want you lot to miss out. Please make sure you're there, man. Jay, well, that intro is a shameless thing. Bro, of course it is, man. Come on. Where do you want to see shameless? I don't even know where my award is. I think it might even be downstairs. And like, I win so many awards. Where is my goal of the season award? Where is it? It's probably gone for a walk, but nonetheless, it is where it is, man. If you lot did it, you'd be doing the same. I hope you're all doing well and safe. Please get your opinions, comments, any rumors that we haven't got to speak about. Make sure they're being surfaced, people. In the time of making this vid, Lacazette's been linked with Roma. They've agreed a fee for Tammy Abraham, so I'm not sure. Tammy Abraham's still being linked with Arsenal. Torreira's been linked with a move. The ODEGAARD propaganda's coming back and resurfacing. There's a couple other bits and pieces, and I'm sure throughout the course of this, we'll find out some others. There's 96 people locked in within the first opening 2 minutes. You hit the like, if 96 of you hit the like button, we're 4 away from it. You know, I appreciate everyone who's hit the like button so far. If you have not hit the like button so far, you know you're going to get an unexpectedly high bill, and I don't want you lot to have that. That's one. You know, Yacine Adli has been, it's been someone that we've been linked with, and again, we're going to get into all of it. It's a player that I've spoken about before. What are you lot saying, though, just before we crack on? Like I said, please make sure you're hitting the like button and all of those good things, people. We're at 45 likes so far. So, yeah, man. Big up yourself, Jay, man. I'm good, man. FM stream yesterday brought laughter. Looking forward to seeing more. Okay, yeah, man. You know, we'll be doing the next one. I'm not sure for this week. Maybe Sunday-ish as things start to wind down. It's getting a bit intense. I just don't know where the time is, people. Somehow we're there for 2.5, 3 hours or so. And it was eventful. I'm going to upload it to YouTube. Like I said, if you want to catch it live in real time, be like Jay and make sure you're subscribed on Twitch. But we had some fun, man. You know, Callum Chambers is talking nonsense to me, as you saw. Granit Xhaka and Chelsea had a lot of beef. You know, we're going up the table. You lot were like, oh, why are you playing Aubameyang on the left? Why is he playing on the left? And then he bagged the brace. You lot are on me. But I appreciate you lot for tuning in and all of those sort of things, people. I've been doing so much. I haven't actually changed the background. So I think we'll just leave Maddison and Willock, you know, in the hope that Maddison arrives at this club. And obviously in the hope that Joe Willock's future is resolved, because I don't think it's fair for a young player that, you know, had a good season. His future's still up in air. I know he's going to Newcastle, but you get the point. Like I said, and I'm happy, you know, again, one thing that makes these live streams worthwhile is obviously you've got the regulars, you've got the newcomers, you've got everyone from all different nations and things, but you're all lovers of the game and you all say sensible things and whatnot. So calm, appreciative to have you back. Jungle Jesus, you the same. Mickey, AM, you know, John Wayne, you've been missing for a bit. Your view on AFTV, bro. AFTV do their thing, bro. AFTV is not relevant to this thing, so please allow me. But moving forward with that, you can take Willock from the green screen. Allow me, man. Stop spoiling. I missed the live. All right, I'll leave you lot. Man said ugly negotiations. I big up all the FM ones that were out there, people. I can't lie. It's getting hot in here. I'm going to be right back. Don't go anywhere. I'm still here. We've got to put the fan on up a few levels, people, because these lights are starting to do a madness and I can feel the cream running straight off my beautiful cocoa skin. I cannot lie to you, though. Or maybe it's just the fact that PSG is signing Lionel Messi. Like I said, 3 p.m. people, make sure you're all here. Obviously, my club and that. You get me? You lot don't jump on this PSG thing now. I've been following Paris Saint-Germain my whole life. The first football game I went to was PSG. You know, I remember I went to Paris as a... Can't even keep up with the lie. Like 7 years of age. You know, you get me? So don't come and support us now that you see Lionel Messi and them things there. And I mean, certain man said Neymar's got no ambition going French league and all these things, which I said was wrong. Funny seeing the language change for Lionel Messi. Is what it is. I missed it, but you have to pay to watch the vid after. Mickey, you don't have to pay to watch my live streams. What's all of that? Being curious about Adli. Can't wait to hear top tier analysis. Mohammed, I appreciate that. Not sure if I can provide top tier analysis, but I will try my best. Appreciate the Americans. Morning, Jing. The man said, so now you're going to miss out on Tammy. How many players you're going to miss out due to penny pinching or not knowing your targets? I don't have a clue. And to be fair with you, in any world, I can't lie. Tammy's a good player, but I don't know how it advances Arsenal. It might advance Arsenal in the future. Right now, it's a bit of a sideways step because for you know, I like Tammy. I don't think he's as bad as people make out. But when I look at him, a thing that I've said with the strikers with Arteta is that I think he likes link-up play. I think Lacazette's got that. Lacazette don't score too many goals. Aubameyang's lost his source temporarily, and all you know, Eddie's not levels and things like that. I can't see how Tammy's link-up play is better than Lacazette's. For a big man, he's poor in the air. For a big man, the ball doesn't stick to his chest. You know, he's quite reactive in terms of putting the ball in the back of the net. You know, he's got a good goal-scoring record. He's a good player. I'm just in comparison to what we have. And for me, if we're bringing in strikers, unless it's them young guys with mad potential and things, you need to be bringing in better. It's a sideward step. And on top of all of that, Tammy's a player where you can get some change out of him. He just needs confidence, but you've got to work with him. I've just listed some aspects to his game that needs to improve. Suddenly, you need to work with him. You need to do up the Balogun thing. You need to do Smith Rowe, Martinelli. You know, there's other players that need work. Ben White's only been in the league for 1 season. Gabriel's not been in here too long. So there's a lot of development for this whole squad collectively and individually. And for me, when I'm not seeing much change or much evident improvement in what we have already, why am I going to bring a next one? If one meal's not finished, if we haven't finished cooking one meal, are we going to, you know, there's no space in the oven. How are we going to fit a next one in there? Let's wait till it's ready, innit, sort of thing. So it is what it is. Tammy could be a madness in the future, but it is what it is, man. I appreciate you guys' comments and whatnot. The man said, don't say us. Bro, Jing, you can't blame me for being a glory hunter. I'm a glory boy. You know, I'm winning on YouTube. I'm winning with you. I have to be winning on the pitch. And to be fair, what glory? Because we lost our league title last year. And obviously, we went out in the Champions League. What glory did I hunt? You lot are jumping on this thing now. Get out of here, man. Bamford killed me, bro. The silence thing was the realness, bro. That game is a Mazzolini, man. I appreciate everybody sharing love to the FN business and whatnot. Chambers was talking reckless. You know, save the PSG stuff for later, my guy, because I'll be going live at 3 p.m. on YouTube. You know, emergency live stream business, you know, with Messi's impending move to PSG, all but, you know, confirmed really and truly. You're seeing with how much he's getting paid. You're seeing the length of contract. Couple PSG players are starting to talk. Like Donnarumma said, it's an honor to play with, man, and all of that sort of stuff. So it is what it is, man. Big up you lot. Morning, CS as well. Stop spoiling. I missed the live. All right, Kems, I'll shut up about it, man. I'll shut up about it. When it's uploaded, man. It is what it is. Probably won't even win Champions League. AM, save it, man. Save it. Never comment, but always watching. Ashley, I appreciate that, man. I really do. Big up ML2. I always see you in the live chat. Allegedly, Jose does want Lacazette. EG, does it worry you that we aren't linked with any right backs? S, I'm a Sunday League right back. It always is. I've been saying it, but I've given up now. I've accepted, at least from what I'm seeing, unless something changes with Bellerin, Maitland-Niles, and potentially Callum Chambers as well. Right back's gone. I more want someone who can play next to Partey than a 10. I personally think we're going to go all out for Odegaard. I think the James Maddison stuff is going to die down. We're going to go all out for Odegaard. If we bring any other incomings apart from that, if we even are able to get Odegaard's another thing. But I've given up on right back personally. Same way I've given up on a more sort of partner for Thomas Partey with the news coming that Granit Xhaka is staying. Oh, I had to, man. Allegedly, you hear Tammy wants Arsenal for what it's worth, but it is what it is, man. This is going to get long. Big up, Jay. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Big up the moderators, members, subscribers, and all of those sort of things. I would stop supporting Arsenal if we get Abraham. I'm fed up of Chelsea rejects. I mean, if Tammy Abraham's enough to make you depart from the club of you that you love, regardless, there's something wrong there, and you really have to question your support. I think that's a bit soft, but fair play. Do you think? Good morning, SB. I hope you're doing well and safe as well. But yeah, man, let's crack on with some of this stuff now, man. Let's start making some movement. So first things first, let's talk about Tammy Abraham latest. As you lot know, when discussing Tammy Abraham, he's going here, there, and everywhere. Arsenal are onto him. Atalanta, Roma. Roma have agreed a fee. Whether he'll agree personal terms is a completely different matter. Allegedly, he wants Arsenal. As I said, you hear Lacazette to Roma, but then you hear they've agreed a fee with Chelsea for Tammy Abraham. It's all a bit confusing, and really, it doesn't take us anywhere. I'm actually trying to find the DiMarzio screen that I had for you guys. Big up you lot, 229 of you locked in. Here we have, I scrolled all the way down, people, just to get to it. Roma are looking for a striker and have made their choice. The name on which the club has decided to bet on is Tammy Abraham of Chelsea, now closed by the imminent arrival of Lukaku, who left Milan today. So obviously, when you see Lukaku be signed on the dotted line, maybe Tammy's future will be solved with a bit more aggression. Today, there have been important steps in negotiations between Roma and the Blues for the English striker. The two companies have reached an economic agreement advantageous for, I assume, Roma's balance sheet. Allegedly 5 million immediately, the remaining 35/40 in the following seasons. The purchase formula has yet to be established, whether on loan with an obligation to redeem or definitely, but there's therefore an agreement on the installments. Now the ball passes to the player, who has to remove his reserves. His arrival in Italy as part of the negotiations with Atalanta seemed to be possible. Apparently, in the last few days, Arsenal has thus come forward and tried to take advantage of the situation. The destination would be acceptable to Abraham, but the Gunners must first hand over one of their strikers, most likely Lacazette, in order to focus on another purchase in the offensive department, which is 100% facts. If we type in Tammy Abraham, Arsenal, just to see, because again, it is all a bit confusing, people. As you lot can see, Roma have agreed a fee for Tammy Abraham, as we just said. But like you see here, yesterday they joined the race. So where Tammy Abraham's concerned, it seemed like that one day is gone. But allegedly, like I said, he still wants Arsenal. He wants to stay in London. Clearly, his wages stopped his move to West Ham. Roma could be a good experience. Learning under Jose Mourinho, I'm sure you must have crossed paths before, playing in a fantastic league, playing on it for a fantastic club in a fantastic city. You can't necessarily turn it down. But for what it's worth, I can't say I can see it happening. That's where Tammy Abraham is concerned, in my opinion, folks. He's agreed a fee. He's agreed a move to Roma. So hopefully it means Arsenal leave it, because I'm not against Tammy, but for me, what's the point? I actually think you could address the other areas of our squad, and then it's down to installing confidence and coaching. We finished ninth for attack. Let's be real. Our attack is not terrible. Players might be playing poorly and these things. It's not terrible. You can actually get something out of that attack. What needs to be fixed is the creativity, because if the ball can't go into the strikers, doesn't matter who's there. The pivot and the other things there. Actually, we're ninth. No matter what you say, yeah, you can say you need to move man on, but we was ninth for goals. There's massive underachievement in these existing attackers, and there cannot be any coincidence that over the whole of last season, nobody consistently performed. And all of these players need to take responsibility. A byproduct of that has to be the manager. You lot are seeing in pre-season, there's been no way of arresting that. And even that, it's not even a case of signing players is half the job. Can you see blueprint to say you get a creative man, like let's just say someone more experienced than Smith Rowe and someone better than Xhaka? Them two are slotted in right now, and immediately all our creative issues are gone. Signing is one problem. Arteta needs to prove he's able to get a change out of them, because again, it's a fallacy that man are living. So yeah, we'll have to see. But in relation to Tammy, personal terms are still yet to be agreed, and obviously they can agree a move with Chelsea, but he has to agree to the move, if that makes sense. So that's where Tammy Abraham is concerned, folks. Call it that. We're gonna get into Yacine Adli in a hot second. I hope Arteta has a plan B, C, and definitely D. As a manager, you do. You need that. It's like boxing. Everyone's got a boxing. You know, you spend months training to fight a boxer. You know, Anthony Joshua and Fury. Fury might say, you know, he does this sort of punch. Let me do that. Anthony the same. They've got a game plan. When they go into it, they get punched in the face or something that they didn't account for happens. They've got to react. Everyone's got a plan until it goes out the window. And as a football manager, you should. Such is football. You can plan all week to play a team. We can plan all week for Brentford. Concede within the first 5 minutes. It's all out the window then. But that's the beauty of football. Make sure you're hitting the like button. Arsenal third kit released to try and distract us from the poor result over the weekend. Rochelle, forgive me, but I can't lie. You're right, and I can't lie. I bought it, man. I cannot cap, man. It was looking at me on the Adidas site. Had the medium there, DG number 13. It was all there, man. It was all there, really and truly. Morning to you, and I hope you're well and safe. Lots of players should be sold before Lacazette. Well, because of Lacazette's contract and all of that, then, you know, you could entertain selling Lacazette. But I agree, much like Joe Willock in that, I'm not going to say there is no reality in which you cannot move on Lacazette or Joe Willock. But, you know, in terms of, for me, there's more pressing matters. It's easier said than done. Clearly, we can't find buyers. But, you know, Torreira's a good player and he shouldn't be the first out. But because of his situation, it's uncomfortable for everybody. Let's get that one sorted. From a money, wages and resources point of view, you've got Kolasinac and Willian a week before the season starts, two players that shouldn't play any part of our season still in the team. So I would have went with them. But, you know, Lacazette's contract makes it a techie one. Obviously, with Joe Willock, you know, you can say players are up for sale as much as you want. People actually have to want to buy your players, and somebody actually wanted to buy Joe Willock. Nobody actually wants to buy El Nene and these sort of guys. And Lacazette, you know, Lacazette, I'm sure many people would take him, but for the wages he's seeking, it's not really worth it. You know, I don't think Lacazette's good enough to be your number one striker if you're trying to do serious things. But that being said, he can be used in the squad. He has got strengths. I don't like praising players for work ethic, for link-up play, for pressing, because you should be able to do that, especially if you spend 50 million on a man. Lacazette, I shouldn't praise you for that. And arguably, since Lacazette's come here, we're praising him for them things because it has not been the Lacazette we thought we was getting. Mad goals and them things. I'm not saying he hasn't been good. I'm not saying he hasn't put a shift in. I love Lacazette. But it's a different Lacazette to what we're getting. And you could say Arsenal clocked that 6 months after he signed, because why did AUBAMEYANG come in, you know? If Lacazette could do the job. I don't mind keeping Lacazette around the squad because I think he could be he could help us get into Europe in this year. You know, I want to give Martinelli and Balogun chances, but they're young and, well, more so Balogun, but they're young and really untested. Sometimes you just need someone ready. And I think people really underestimate having a backup striker or a striker in your squad. Like with Liverpool, like with United, with Cavani, they could play Greenwood, Martial, this guy, that guy, all they want. But some games, they're just going to need someone who's been around the block. Like Lacazette, like Cavani, and like in Lacazette's case, you know, you look at West Bromwich Albion, Martinelli had a good game, but he struggled through the middle. Sometimes we're going to need someone that could be a physical hold-up man. So I think Lacazette's got strengths, but the wages, the contract, you know, the resources, the fact that we need to sell before we can buy, you know, if it's a means to an end, it could happen, you know. Again, as we said in relation to Lacazette, you know, Roma have been linked with Tammy Abraham. So how legit the Roma links are, I don't know. Allegedly, they did try and buy him last year. We rejected the move, you know, very reactive in that sense. But it would make sense. You know, he'd be an experienced striker Roma would be getting. Again, it's a good way of life. You know, Roma, like us, are a team trying to be in Europe and all of these sort of things. Being in Italy extends your playing career really and truly in my eyes. So, yeah, it could be a good adventure for him. But we're not going to get a decent fee, and we have to choose. Do you want a decent fee but him off the wage structure, or do you want a decent, or do you want to keep him in for a year? We need to choose. You can't have it all. But Lacazette has been linked with a move away from Arsenal, and apparently Roma have registered their interest. As you lot know, Lacazette has had an inconsistent 4-year spell at Arsenal, but he ended the league last season with 13 league goals. I mean, his highest is, 15 or so? Not to get at Lacazette, but it's not levels, is it? It's not levels to be the main man. You lot tried to attack me for this. He's not good enough to get 20 league goals in this Arsenal team through his own back, because he hasn't done it. That doesn't mean he hasn't got strengths. Apparently, there's a danger that Lacazette might find himself surplus to requirements at the Emirates as the hunt for and is on the hunt for pastures new. The chances of Lacazette ending up with Jose Mourinho at Roma seem in doubt after Lacazette has specific conditions for clubs vying for his signature. It's been reported that Lacazette would only look to leave the Emirates this summer if a Champions League club comes calling, a competition that Roma failed to qualify for. I mean, you're punching a bit, but you're right. Why wouldn't you want to play in that, really and truly? You know, a lot of people would be saying, how comes they weren't able to complete the signing of Xhaka, but now they're finding money? I would say because why would you want to pay more for Xhaka than you think he's worth? You know, I understand Arsenal fans, and I understand Arsenal. He had a decent season by what you could consider a decent season last year. He had a good Euros. I back Arsenal for standing firm, but we needed him to go more than clearly Roma needed to sign him. They said, all right, cool, there's other replacements. We'll do what we can, you know. We find money for Tammy now, or if it does happen, you know, because Xhaka is not worth that to them. You know, we was told by Xhaka sexuals, and I don't think Xhaka's a bad player, that there'd be a whole queue of clubs waiting to sign him. He's really misunderstood. They show us all these heat maps and stuff, brother. Sometimes silence is the best answer. But Lacazette's been linked with a move where I can't begrudge him. He didn't grow up at Arsenal. It's a job for him. Whether I think he deserves it or not, I understand him, Bellerin, Xhaka at the time, Leno, all of these guys considering their futures at the club. I understand it. As you lot can see here, Arsenal star Alexander Lacazette wanted by Jose Mourinho's Roma as ex-boss closes in on Chelsea's Tammy Abraham. Who knows? You know, Inter Milan had 2 strikers up top last year. Maybe Roma want to do that, but I'm a bit ignorant because I'm not watching Roma week in, week out. But this could be something that they're exploring, people, or they could just want 2 strikers in the team. You know, Lacazette would be a good signing for them. Lacazette has emerged as a transfer target for Jose Mourinho's Roma, according to reports, and it comes with the Serie A outfit closing in on Chelsea frontman Tammy Abraham. Now, as I keep saying, allegedly, they've agreed a fee for Tammy, but personal terms and the willingness for him to want to go there is another thing. So if he says no, could they turn their attentions to Lacazette? I think Arsenal would take 30 odd for Lacazette. You know, I think why Chelsea have been able to get that is because they're better hustlers than us. There's a bit of resale value still with Tammy, and he's got years ahead. You know, Lacazette's really short to medium term, where Tammy can kind of cover all 3 of those. Allegedly, Jose Mourinho's side have proposed a £34 million bid for Tammy Abraham. The deal is said to be a loan move with an obligation to buy. The West Londoners would prefer a permanent deal. Allegedly, as you lot know, Arsenal are also keen on the 23-year-old. Abraham only scored 12 goals last season, and although he has rejected a move to Serie A side Atlanta this summer, he is said to be keen on working with former boss Jose Mourinho. But Abraham is not the only London-based striker the special one has his eyes on. Lacazette has reportedly been highlighted as a replacement for Edin Dzeko, who, as you lot know, is apparently going to Inter to replace Lukaku, who's going to Chelsea. So it's firmly a merry-go-round. We'll have to see what happens. Roma are set to be in the Conference League, so there's technically Europe. It comes down to wages. Obviously, there's a good project that you could sell. You could, you know, for me, I would jump at the chance to play under Jose Mourinho. How many footballers, you know, that's a career highlight away from trophies. But it all depends how much they want to go for Lacazette, and it probably depends on what happens with Tammy Abraham. So in relation to Lacazette to Roma, that one there is that, to be fair to you. Please make sure we're hitting the like button, people. There is 411 of you locked in. I'm very appreciative of such. We're going to get into Yacine Adli in a second. Please make sure you're hitting the like button. You're subscribed on Twitch. And you've obviously set your reminders for 3 p.m. because we're going live once again. Tomorrow, I'll be doing the Super Cup watch along. That will be live exclusive only to Twitch, Deluded Gooner. If you're looking for me on Twitch, again, link is pinned to the live chat and the link has been dropped as well, folks. So, yeah. Take that in. 25 million for Lacazette at least. I would rather sell Oba. Oba is moving like Giroud. I'd rather sell Laka, to be fair with you, but neither is really doing the job at this current moment in time. Take Laka and let's move on. Tammy will give us aggression and win us the second ball. Balogun, Martinelli and Tammy would be young lads with passion fighting for spaces. Arsenal confuse me. Confuse us all. EG, morning, my guy. I got faith and patience in Martinelli and Balogun, but Laka and Alba RG. I got faith in everyone at this club, man. I'm gonna back Aubameyang until I'm doubling down on my support, man. And I would say to Aubameyang, you've been in adversity before. You know, you don't become a bad player overnight. I'm gonna do a video on that. It's more like an urgent appeal. You know, you see them charity things. It's an urgent appeal to find Aubameyang's goal scoring boots once again. I'm gonna, you know, where I'm from, you don't switch on your homies, in it. I'm obviously he's not in form. I'm not saying not to drop him and them things there, but this man has carried the club. Now we need to carry him, and I'm gonna support him. We can't carry anyone. You know, it comes at a cost. You're not doing the business. Then I'm not saying not to drop, man, but positivity. Let's talk positivity in the air, man. Big up all the Nigerians locked in. I appreciate that, Kelvin. Thank you very much. I nominate DG for transfer manager. South London's finest. It's all well and good getting Tammy, but we will just suffer the same fate as our other forwards. Lack of chance creation in the team, looking glass dead. Boy. Said it there, innit? You said it. Appreciate the super chat, my guy, Jim. We need Max, Aaron's, Awa, and Tammy. We could get all for less than 90. We put too many crosses in the box with no one on the end of them. I mean, with respect, Jay, Tammy don't really get on the end of crosses. You know, he's not really. That's what I said at the start. He needs to be worked with. He doesn't smell. As a goal scorer, you should always expect something to happen. He watches things. And whatnot. Max Aaron's an hour, I agree. You know, maybe he is scoring, maybe he isn't scoring. You seem a bit too emotionally attached to that 94 with that bottom line business, but fair play. It's down to him to prove you wrong. Run up the likes, people. Ashley, I appreciate that. As Ashley said, that was a tongue twister. Run up the likes, people. Appreciate that. Where are we at in terms of likes? We're only at 127. There's 466 of you. Look at my face. You're doing me dirty. Hit that like button if you haven't, man. The like button does bits for the engagement. The engagement gets the nation out there, people. Bro, it's urgent appeal business at Arsenal. It's an urgent appeal to find Aubameyang's goal-scoring boots. It's an urgent appeal to get some bloody signings. I'm just, you know, if it was, I don't really want to say it, but you see, like when police used to do them you can hand in your knives in, like to the, is it called an amnesty, where they'd ask them hood youths, you know, hand in your knife and all of those sort of things. Turn yourself in and nothing will happen sort of stuff. I think that needs to happen with Willian and them sort of man. They just need to give themselves up, man. I think Willian's on the run, to be fair with you, not spotted at the game and whatnot. So madness. So man, like I said, big up Curtis Shaw, like he said, you know, it just feels like at our club, if you don't really make too much noise, you don't, you know, you can just last the transfer window. People forget you're here. There's bare players we forget are here. I forgot TORREIRA was an Arsenal footballer for like 40. Every couple of days, I forget TORREIRA's a thing here, for example, man. So yeah, it is what it is. A better manager gets Oba firing again. Oba can only get himself firing, but I agree. We're not creating chances, and Aubameyang can hide behind that. We're ninth for goals. We're not creating much chances. You know, Willian and Smith Rowe, too, you know, not to be harsh to Smith Rowe, and definitely being harsh to Willian. They weren't major players last season, you know. Smith Rowe came in towards the end of the last year and became one, but he weren't there from August. William was a sideman and he played a lot of games, but both of them have 5 Premier League assists. Now, maybe you can use that to praise Smith Rowe and praise William if you want, but that would tell you the lack of chance creation, and that's going to be the issue for anyone. This is why I say signings are only half the job. If you have if you sign a number 10, how is he going to get the ball? How does he work with the the 2-man in midfield with him? Where's the movement for the strikers? How are they understanding their game? Because we're going to sign a creative man. There's going to be no one to pass in the ball forward, like what Smith Rowe has to do. He's dropping deep. Our strikers are out of the game. You know, you can see how these all tie into things. You're not seeing the fluidity. No matter what striker we sign, you don't provide surface. There's an issue. Yeah, you could probably find some players and strikers that are less like Aubameyang, more individual brilliance, can make something out of nothing, but you know, we don't feed our strikers. We don't. You know, Lacazette is not a goal scorer, but he is working with meaty chances. Anyone who plays up front through the middle for us is working with nonsense, really and truly. You know, so again, signings is only half the job, as I keep saying. Arteta has to show he can work with these men. Signings only half job. More to creativity than just new players. It fully is. It's like our defense. Man, I see it thinking, man, think Ben White's going to fix this defense by himself. As I keep saying to you, our first defender is our striker, our first attacker is Leno. Until I can see an evident emphasis of going forward with our keeper and proper pressing from whoever plays in the middle, boy, like, it is what it is. Our man said we've got as many sidings as kits, boy. Like Lacazette, he's our best striker, but with a year left on his contract, if we get 20 million on him, we should cash in on him and use Aubameyang and Martinelli up top. Hey, DJ, in my opinion, Martinelli is better and has a better future than any of the strikers we are linked with. Let's just get a creative midfielder, a right back, and a keeper. Oba will also come good. Hear that, man. I hear that. Man said, when's the collab with Ty coming, bro? Call the show, the Deluded Don's mad views pulled. To be fair, let's see what I got for him, man. We should start a poll, innit? I think I could start a poll. Big up the Twitch gang. I prefer it on Twitch, but let's start. Let me press this poll button for Aubameyang just to make it live. Why is it freezing in that? Will Oba find his goal scoring boots? Ask the community. Well, if it allow me, that one should be setting up. So go and do up the polls if you can see it, people. Is where it is. Oba is finished for me. Listen, Jack, there's nothing wrong with thinking Oba's finished because he's not showing you anything to suggest that anything different. Now, for me, maybe it's because I love the guy, but I can't lie to you. As mad as it sounds, the only thing I think he's not doing is scoring. Because for me, he's having shots. He's getting when he can. He's getting in the right places. The movement isn't bad. There is a bit of a smile on his face. So he's doing that, and a part of me thinks, you know, things will fall into place with that. 1 second, my guy. Phil to Oba. Call it that. Like I was saying, like I think he's doing the right things, but at the end of the day, you can't read too much into preseason form, but it does have a correlation. The man isn't scoring, and it just seems like his luck is done. I think it's a confidence issue more than anything. I think it's, as we know, it's been a long time coming because Aubameyang's overachieved at this club in terms of goal scoring because it's nothing. You know, our lack of creativity is nothing new. It might be a bit highlighted more, Jack. I'm sure you'd agree with the nonsense we're doing and the fact that Aubameyang's juice has run out. But for me, I think it's a confidence thing. I think he needs more than a goal, really. I think he needs an absolute screamer to get his confidence back. But I think he'll be back, man. I think he'll be back. I refuse to give up on this guy. Obviously, my support comes at a cost. I'm not saying I'm just going to support. Obviously, I support the players, but I'm not just going to be screaming, you know, nonsense all season. If you're not pulling your weight, you need to be dropped. Like somebody said, right now, Lacazette is probably the better option in the team. If you're not scoring, Lacazette's not really a goal scorer, but he offers more in general play. With Aubameyang, he's one of these players. There's no point playing him if you're not going to double down on him. And what I mean by that is, you know, he's a last striker, man. Give him enough service, spam it, and all of these things. We're not doing that. We're not creating chances for anybody. That's a problem at Arsenal, regardless of if Aubameyang's going to be here or not. And that's something we need to address long term because anybody could play up front. Anybody could play in that creative role, midfield role. And there's a problem. Sort of thing. I think he just needs a bit of confidence. You know, I do think he's got that because he's been through tough moments in his career. There was a time of Aubameyang when nobody rated you. You know, you was going on mad loans, you was rubby. You know, only when you really went Dortmund did the footballing world respond to you. So you don't become a bad player overnight. I think I'm not gonna lie, it's concerning. He's playing left wing. There's a lack of chances. The form is concerning, but I back Aubameyang. So I keep saying Lacazette to do this, man. I think he can do this, and he's my captain. I'm not being funny. I'm not saying to support someone and not give constructive criticism, but our fans have backed some shit players and still back some shit players. Aubameyang's actually good. I know if you're not scoring goals, you're not relevant. And he's pulled this club from pillar to post, helping us. So I just think where I'm from, you give man a bit of loyalty. You know, when you had every reason to dip, you stayed. And obviously, let's not act like it's Disney Channel. The money, everything was good. But I'm not turning on him because this club persists with shitter players. You know, again, Aubameyang's, you know, it comes at a cost, but I back Aubameyang to come good, man. I back him. He's our captain. I'm supporting the thing, man. I mean, if you're watching, please, bro, please, man, just pat in a goal, man. Just score goals, man, please. Because again, I can't lie, man. I'm watching these press conferences, these pre-seasons, and I'm saying Aubameyang's gonna come good, and you lot are getting on to me. People are foaming at the mouths and all of these things. I'm a simple man. I'm allowed an opinion, and I'm backing my guy Aubameyang. I'm backing people who deserve to be backed. I'm not giving up on Aubameyang. Obviously, for me, if man don't see at least one goal within them first 3 games, I know you've got Brentford, Chelsea, and City, boy. Man, I have to drop you because, as I keep saying, we can't carry people next season. Not a manager, not a single player. Unless you're these young players, they're the only ones that should be carried because they're young, they're babies in this football thing, really. You look at Lokonga and Tavares, you know, they're still developing as footballers, let alone at Arsenal. And you can already see that not that they're thrown in at the deep end, because that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's like they're the ones that are looking serious, you know, people that have been here 2 seconds. Ben White's literally Capri Suns have lasted longer than Ben White, as I've said before, at Arsenal. You know, he's been here for 2 seconds and he already looks more levels. Martinelli, everyone forgets because, you know, Martinelli, the tides kind of turned, but he was the guy kind of setting it for us more so when he was getting opportunities. Saka and Smith Rowe, you already get it. You know, we don't allow these young players to be young. They're the only ones that get it. If not, people like Gabriel and Tini, who have been here for 2 seconds as well. You know, it's never the existing players, and certain managers are going to learn the hard way because certain players are going to cost you your job. You don't give loyalty to the players that deserve it. You give loyalty to duds. What, you know, that's what duds do. Duds, you know, duds hang with duds, support duds. So yeah, man. Urgent appeal to Aubameyang, like I said, man. You got some interesting comments, man. I'm all for the Aubameyang role, man. Bro, that's because, bro, he gets my support, man, because he's pulled this club through. And it's the first time he's been tired. But what I will say is we've got to see a different Aubameyang now. On occasion, I don't mind him playing on the left. I'm not as anti-Aubameyang left wing as you lot because he said he likes playing on the left. He's made a career of playing on the left. He can score a lot of goals from that left-hand side. And obviously, it gives us an option. However, it just feels like to me at Arsenal, the Aubameyang, I don't know. How Aubameyang was in 2012, it's now 2021. We think it's the same thing. We don't change it up and whatnot. And I just feel we're at that age now where unless you really need to do it, I want to see Aubameyang through the middle, just get in the box, score goals, because that way we're kind of, I don't know the word, but we're kind of like taking away not his importance, but our over-reliance on Aubameyang. The team's able to flow because right now, these Aubameyangs, these Lacazette, these are present players. They should be able to help us, but we need building blocks for the long term. Suddenly, if Aubameyang and Lacazette was to leave, even though they've been meaty, what happens then? So, yeah, man, I just think we should double down on him. I don't think we should, at least for now anyways, while everybody's form is a bit iffy and we're looking shaky, I don't think we should be forcing Aubameyang and Lacazette into the team. I think on form and how they've been moving, Lacazette is the better option for the team. Personally, I'd go with Aubameyang through the middle. I don't think both should be in the team at this moment in time. And like I said, create chances. Aubameyang's a service-reliant man. The chances he's missing in pre-season are L's. But even when he was scoring, Aubameyang's known to miss them bewildering ones, but he gets it back. I just think I don't know, man. I've said it before. I think something changed in this football club for a lot of people between winning that FA Cup and the start of last year. And in hindsight, I don't know what's happened. Obviously, Aubameyang's had a lot of issues off the field to deal with as well, and we'll cut him some slack in that regards. But I think he'll be back, man. But what I don't want to see is I don't really want to see the two experience. As much as I like the bromance between them, as much as I think they can have good games, at least while everybody's form is a bit shaky, I just think we should go back to basics. And I just feel the way, I feel like Aubameyang's got an impossible task because as poor as he weren't poor against Spurs. He's still making runs. He duppied Højbjerg, but it's you can't really see how he's going to score goals because there's a lack of movement, there's a lack of options. He's isolated, he's chasing fullbacks back. I can't really see a damn thing from Arteta tactically, if I'm completely honest with you, that suggests we're different from last year. But that's me, innit? Please make sure you're hitting the like button on that note, though, folks. Please, pardon me. Urgent appeal to Aubameyang, as I said. And after this, I'm going to clip up this live stream. I've got a lot of videos that have to be uploaded and some videos that I actually haven't uploaded yet. And I have to do some ish in my personal life, man. Them not on me. Again, Messi signed for my club. It's not my fault, man. Oh, my drip is different. Arsenal's drip is different. Hey, shout out Big Gunner as well. Man's got every PSG shirt under the sun. Fuck you know. Hey, it's so funny. Hey, the internet is funny as hell, man. I respect it still. But yeah, big up everybody. Hit the like button, like my guy Alexander said. If you don't want an unexpected high bill, and I know you lot are like me, you don't want that, you'd be in issues. Was there another super chat? There must not have been. Also, sign Navas from PSG. Appreciate the super chat, my guy. Would be a shout. I'm not gonna lie, Navas is better than what we have. I'm all up for taking Navas to this club, but I don't really feel them sort of keepers there, man. I like my keepers that know their keepers. He's a bit too eccentric for me. It's a bit too much Ospina vibes, and obviously he's better than Ospina. But yeah, man. Oba has consistently scored 20+ goals. Goals dried up with Arteta's arrival. Boy, I mean, we used to say Emre was negative and things like that. Emre never had these issues. He never had these issues. So you're right in that regards, man. Love for the super chat, Jack. Fair points, my guy. Trust me, if he gets going this season, he'll be the first name I get on the back of my shirt. Also, run up the likes, people. Appreciate the kind words, Jack. Appreciate the super chat. But nah, bro. Aubameyang FC is closed. If you're leaving this thing, you can't come back. There's no coming back. That's what the hoes do, man. Not saying you are one, but that's what they must do to the rappers. They're feeling the rappers. The rappers go through a bit of a tough time. They stop loving them. Come on, man. It's a Mike Jones thing. Them man are whoa. If you're Aubameyang FC, you have to stay Aubameyang FC. It's ride or die, man. And to be fair, I was ride or die for Wenger and Ozil, so this is light work. Very light work. I was actually ride or die for Emery until the end as well. Of course, I'll defend good guys. I mean, I don't know what I've said that's deluded about Aubameyang apart from my hope that he starts scoring goals. I've clearly said there's a reality where he might not score goals, you know. And then I said we can't carry people. If me wanting my captain or a player I like to get back into form makes me deluded, fair play, you know. When I saw Lacazette at Lyon, he seemed very pacey. Man must have lost a leg when we signed him. Boy, I don't know, man. I, as an Arsenal fan, picked up smoking weed. I'm all good now. I don't know what that is, but you know, I'd say smoke is bad, my guy. Even with Maddison, I don't see us finishing above 6. For me, the most important thing is the mentality, bro. Because we could sign Maddison, we could sign Awawa, we could sign a right back, we could sign Lautaro Martinez, all of these guys, but it's the mentality. It's a 38-game period. It's the ability to apply yourself for 38 games. And way before we talk about what other teams are doing, who other teams have, what other teams are on, we defeat ourselves. We've gone into big games against Liverpool. Don't get it twisted. Liverpool on form, they brush Arsenal aside 9 times out of 10. But we're going into it with a defeative attitude, you know, to the point where we're conceding cheap goals. You know, the easiest goals that them front three would score. Other teams that finished below us, they'd make more of a meal of it because it's about belief. We've got a very defeative mindset. Arsenal need way too many variables to kind of be there for us to want to play. The sun's got to be shining. Our shirts have got to be ironed. You know, you can't smell any crow in the air. You know, the pitch has to be, you know, really cut. There's too many variables, man. A lot of these guys, they forget that they've probably come from playing in concrete jungles and all of these sort of things, man. So yes, mentality and the ability for me to apply ourselves over a 38 game period, because this is what Arsenal do. We win little battles. We took 4 points off United. You beat Spurs. You know, you beat Chelsea. Actually, under Arteta, I feel a bit more confident against the top 6. I'm not going to say we play amazing against them because we don't, but there's some sort of plan. That's still a problem in itself. But then again, to carry on with the example of 38 games, that's not necessarily been our issue. It's when we've been stupid against Villa twice, effing up against Wolves, struggling at Leeds away, you know, relying on Kieran Tierney to break Crystal Palace down at home. You know, we've been a bit shaky. Even the last game of the season against Palace, we still needed late goals. The problem with Arsenal fans, they like to bury their heads in the sand, you know. If you say something that goes against the grain or something you consider, there's an issue. I know this because one of my most terrible times on YouTube, after saying Lacazette might not ever be able to get 20 league goals, was actually that Unai Emery unbeaten run. Do you know how unbearable it was to, you know, for me, people to call, man, you know, saying I got agenda, I got this, I got that. I was like, I could take it. I ain't crying about that. It's like, bro, I'm just literally looking like, I'm not got no agenda. Can you not see this, bro? We're relying on late minute goals against Cardiff and we're shutting up because we've gone on an unbeaten run. That luck is going to run out. It's going to run out. Like, so why is it only when our team gets proper rubbed out, we've proper lost, that everyone wants to sit here and really speak about things? It doesn't make sense to me. But you could see them booky things. It's a bit like bro, you could see at the start of last season how terrible our season was. Yeah, we brushed Fulham aside. But then you needed it, you know, we looked shaky against Leicester in the cup, shaky against West Ham. And then you saw what happened. It went off a cliff and then you somewhat regained it. But end of the day, 8th to 8th. What a massive improvement. It is what it is in that regards, though, folks, man. One love to everybody locked in. Let me put my phone on charge. Actually still here, folks. You don't know. Oh, don't pull stuff or things are going to drop. I'm Mike Jones. I act like y'all don't know my name. I need to listen to that song again, man. But then y'all didn't want me. Now I'm hot. Y'all. I'm amazing, man. But yeah, back in the seat now. Big up the 600 odd of you locked in. You know, everybody's allowed their opinion, man. I hate to say it, but Ober is finished. Everyone's allowed their opinion. Listen, this is the thing with Arsenal fans as well, or football fans. You're not allowed an opinion, you know. If you think Aubameyang is finished, fair play, you're allowed that. As long as if he proves you wrong, he proved man wrong. I think Aubameyang is going to get back to goal scoring, or better yet, I wanted to. If he doesn't, all right, cool. We'll go on for this thing. It's like with Arteta, because you might like or don't like Arteta, it's like you got to die on that sword or a player. where half of these fans, they used to call Joe Willock shit. Now they're criticizing the club for selling them. They used to get onto Aaron Ramsey. They were crying when he left. Come on now, man. There's too many false narratives, and people don't look at the game for what it's worth, man. In my humble opinion, anyways, man. But yeah, enough from all that. Work is cop blocking today. I'm watching on the playback. Mr. Adli 2-3. Shout the members, man. Work 1-0, but we go again, man. Don't get in trouble though, man. Just cool off, man. Appreciate that though. What's the polls? Yeah, bro, Twitch is better for all of that stuff. But yeah, big up everybody locked in. Where are we at for the polls? I was ranting so much I didn't even. Oh, is it 50? Is it saying 50-50? Ooh, it's 50-50. 232 likes. Let's begin our assault towards 300 people. There's 500 odd of you locked in. Ooh, people are saying yes, 51% to 49. It's getting a bit gazy. Big up you lot, man. Is Willock sold? Personal terms agreed. I mean, personal terms need to be agreed. Fees been agreed, so we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens, man. Seen him goals past Højbjerg. I think the chances just need to come, then confidence after. Vardy didn't score once in pre-season, but I'm not concerned because it's not a new thing. People forget Vardy. I swear at one point Vardy kind of struggled last season, but obviously that's what I said earlier. Or was it yesterday? The way Leicester use Vardy year in, year out and tailor his game, obviously because he's not getting any younger, they understand that we're not doing none of that. I bet under Wenger both would be fine. A lot of things would be different under Wenger, man. Watching paint dry is more exciting than Arsenal's current football. I'm sure rival fans wouldn't agree with that. Oh, man. Big up Paul. Don't get me wrong, I love Oba and I think he'll come good. But if we go through the first couple of games and he's still not scoring, then we need to drop him as we can't carry players. I can't believe in him. That's me, you know. I believe he'll come back, but man, don't like. I'm loyal to Arsenal. I'm not loyal to Oba. Whoever, it's like with Arteta. I think in football nowadays, too many lines get blurred. People start, you know, going towards being fans of individuals and better yet, I'd say their own ideologies because certain people just want to be right. I told you Arteta was a flop. I told you he was amazing. You know, when I don't care if Arteta does the job, cool. We've got our manager. If you're not doing the job, which is looking like, we might have to revisit this and then go again. Listen, like life, football is a results business. But yeah, man, I keep changing the timestamp of this. So let me leave it as that. Siri, stop showing off, man. I'm with my friends. Don't need to hear you. Playing Oba will cost Arteta his job. There's a lot of things that will cost him his job way before that, man. Appreciate that, Panache. I don't want to be rated for showing necessarily loyalty towards Aubameyang. I just think he deserved it. Good morning from Canada. Oba will be back. We should play 4-4-2. I don't mind 4-4-2. It's not my first. I'm on the 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1. I might even be more open to playing an offensive three at the back before 4-4-2. But if I had a pivot in midfield I could believe in, then I'd be open to it. But I'm not too sure. I don't believe Arsenal's midfield will let it down, man. Would you sell Nelson? If he doesn't want to sign a new deal, yeah. Daniel Da Costa, first things first, I hope you get over that. Man said, I broke my leg Sunday in the game and we lost the North London derby. Wishing you a speedy recovery, my guy. That's messed, man. Appreciate that. Messi may still stay at Barca. I hope not, because after this we've got a live stream. We've got the Messi live stream, so I hope not. But I've said that before. Until the fat lady sings, which it looks like she sung a lot of stuff now, it could still happen. You know, I still can't imagine Messi away from Barcelona. And maybe they couldn't. That's why there was a lot of complacency, man. He'll finish 14th. Come on, man. Let's have a bit more enthusiasm, man. And said, man, quit smoking, but pre-season almost got me started again. Be strong. Be strong. Big up the Trinidad Gooners locked in and Tobago. Appreciate the Caribbean ones. Yo, it's results day for me and I did well. Big up yourself, Mohammed. Hope you do something well to celebrate that. You know, all your hard work was rewarded. And yeah, man, do your thing. And shout out to everyone else getting their A-levels and all of those sort of things as well, man. Smoke is bad and you smoke yourself. How do you know I smoke? I don't do none of that. I don't know what's all of that. William, you're moving a bit mad. Are you with me? I don't know about none of that. Try to damage my brand. I don't know about none of that. I eat Skittles though. Bro, the feeds of his speed and that's gone, bro. It's peak. Oh, fair play. But to be fair, I'm never gonna give up on Aubameyang until the time comes, man. So yeah. What else have we got? Interesting comment, bro. Man are getting gassed off last minute winners against Cardiff, handshakes, and saying we're on an unbeaten run. False narratives, man. Arsenal will be the best to watch. Under what premises? It might be for entertainment, not necessarily quality. No worries, man. Just a decent human being, Daniel, man. Just a decent human being. Have you seen the third shirt? Yeah, I have, man. I bought it still. Respect to you as well, Lamine. Appreciate that. DG, do you ever get the feeling that we have yet to see Arteta's real style of football and might not get to because of the lack of financial backing? Yes and no. I hear that, yeah. But no, because I should be seeing your building blocks. Let me see what you can build with scrubs. And regardless of that, in the top games, pardon me, I've seen that. You know, at some point, if you've been here over a year, there's no excuses for that. At some point, I have to assume what I am seeing is what you're on, not what I think. And I do think it is when we're in the big games, we're reactive, we're defensively well, we capitalize on some variables the other team might do. So, yeah, I mean, I think I genuinely think that. Obviously, I actually do think he doesn't trust some of these players, and if he gets different players, you might see an upgrade. But I have to go with what I can see, and I do think you've seen what he wants to do. He wants Xhaka to be part of it. He wants an inverted and a wide fullback. He hasn't tried to fix creativity beyond looking for players, you know, because it wasn't central to him. It hasn't been central to him. I can only comment on what I see, man, and I have to, man. Are you worried about the expectations on Maddison to bang? No, just do your job and everything's there, isn't it? Like, it's just for him to worry, man. I mean, I would love Bernardo Silva, but realistically, it's not happening, is it? Afternoon low profile as well. Big up all the Greeks locked in. You think we must sell Laka? I don't think it's a must, but there's money there in it. He might just run down his deal. He might be more useful running down his deal than actually being sold, but it all depends, man. Bro, kick ban for what, man? Listen, I'm never gonna talk on other people's peas, but kick ban for what, bro? Man, I'm gonna bait like, bro. What I look like? I'm saying no to the kit. I'm going to the Emirates. Like, come on now, like, come on now. So yeah, man, it is what it is. But let's crack on with a couple other bits and pieces now. So yeah, we've spoken about TAMMY, we've spoken about Laka. Time to get into Yacine Adli, 53-20. Get the likes up like my guy S has said as well, please. Thank you very much for such. Whereas I've got so many tabs open, we're gonna have to use this one. Now, you did actually see Yacine Adli linked with AC Milan, and like I said, he's a player I've spoke on before. You know, I wanted him when he was at PSG. You know, you had him, Adil Ayushe, and all these guys, and he's now 21. We tried to get him when Emre was here, so he must have been, 18, 19 them times. He's still a young man. I'm not going to sit here and lie. There's still a lot of development for him to do. I don't think he's certified himself in the game yet. Like when you're seeing him play for Bordeaux, you know, he's a good player, but he still needs to take that consistency up to another level. And as I said, he's still 21 and developing. He's a very cultured individual. He can play in a number of roles. He can play in a number of midfield roles. He can carry a ball. He wants the ball. He's got the attitude as well to want the ball. He's good in tight spaces. He's got a passing range. He's a good ball carrier, dribbler with it. And he's got the raw principles. If he was to come to Arsenal, there's a bit of refining to do. What specific role is he going to play into and things like that? I think he'd be a good player. I'm not too sure of where this interest has come from, because if you look in it, AC Milan, Arsenal and Spurs have all been linked with this individual in the last day or less than 24 hours. Is that talk of a new contract at Bordeaux? Is he angling for a move? I don't know. But according to Foot Mercato journalist Santiona, both clubs are preparing an opening offer for the 21-year-old midfielder. Allegedly, North London rivals Arsenal and Tottenham are reportedly set to battle it out for the signature of Yacine Adli. I want him. I really want him. Allegedly, but they will have to get a move on if they want to get the deal over the line, with AC Milan said to already submitted a bid for the French attacking midfielder. The Italian giants have reportedly made an offer in the region of 10 million for him, with a 10% sell-on clause included in the deal, but Bordeaux are holding out for a higher fee, giving the two North London rivals time to ready their bids. As you lot know, he's a product of the PSG Academy. He moved for 5 million. He's played 69 times for Bordeaux, scoring 5 goals and getting 8 assists. So there's still a lot of development to be done. Sometimes I do think he can go missing in games, you know, which you can get away with in the academy. You can't necessarily get away with in the first team. He can go a bit missing. As I said, the consistency, the dominance in games, that sort of thing, there's still many levels to go up. But considering he's got 2 years left, they're clearly open to making a profit. It is a deal I would like to do. It is a deal that I think you could go a lot wrong. Like I said, if you spend 10 mil, you can make your profit back. He's still obviously inexperienced. I know such is football, and it annoys me. Someone might be known at 18 years of age. You're looked at as damaged goods at like 21. It's a bit irrelevant. But that Liverpool lad, Ben Woodburn or something like that, they look at him like that, where he's still young. But he's got a lot of development. As you saw here, to confirm, he's played only 69 games. He's only played 65 top flight appearances, you know. So then, this is similar to Lokonga's sort of experience profile. There's a lot of development to be done. You know, he can play as an attacking mid. He can play as a deep line playmaker. He can actually be a wide playmaker as well. Like I said, he wants to dribble. He just needs to, for me, the main thing is from minute 0 to 90, I always see you in the game, because he can have his moments and whatnot. So I'd be all on signing him. But again, I don't know if there's any truth in these rumors, people. Let's see if there's any other news. Let's go on this actual article in relation to AC Milan. So yeah, it says they're trying to buy him. Paolo Maldini wants Donny, you know. Let me see if there's any other. Let's type in Arsenal. We wanted him many moons ago, and that might be able to help us tip the balance and things. He'd probably be more comfortable in that attacking mid role. I think he's got a lot more to offer for Arsenal than just playing there, to be fair with you. But yeah, man, I think that's that in relation to him. There doesn't seem to be anything else of no relation to Yacine Adli. So we're going to leave that there, really and truly. We've already done you to Roma. Martin Odegaard, let's get into that, because there's a bunch of things. Now, I'm kind of sick of speaking about Odegaard. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen. Personally, I don't think we're getting Maddison. I think the club's going to double down on Odegaard. It's something that's going to drag on. You know, 1 minute he's staying, then he's going, then he's staying, then he's going, then he's going, then he's staying, because clearly everything's up in arms. I think with Xhaka staying, we're not going to sign an actual centre mid. We're going to go all out for somebody like Odegaard, who can play there, but is going to more play in a 10. If we look at the first article, hey, allow me, what's all of this? Odegaard insists on finding a solution. As you lot can see here, Martin Odegaard continues to doubt his future as a Real Madrid player. Last week, the Norwegian's agent made the Real Madrid leaders know the midfielder's concern about his situation at the White Club. Well, it's not clear to him, and neither has Sunday's game against Milan cleared up the unknowns that he maintains regarding the position and place he'll occupy in Carlo Ancelotti's team. The midfielder does not have positive feelings. He sees that the scenes lived during last season with Zidane can be repeated this year. Casemiro, Modric, Kroos, and Valverde seem, or so the Norwegian thinks, seems to have an advantage. Apparently, Odegaard hesitates if he doesn't see the clear picture. If you think you're not going to play, your football decreases. The Norwegian is not one of those players who apply the path of struggle to reverse the situation. You need to feel important. In all the teams he has been in, he has been a star, and he must feel to offer his best version. Since his return to Real Madrid, he has not found the ideal scenario to exploit those qualities. For the Bernabeu, after listening to his agent, they are clear about it, and he does not intend to keep They do not Google Translate's doing a madness, but they do not intend to keep an unhappy player. Already last January, he opened the exit door to the Norwegian, and now a similar movement is taking place. Odegaard does not see it clearly, and at Real Madrid, they believe that it's best in these cases to find a solution. So nobody wants to keep unhappy players, which Real Madrid wouldn't. I mean, his contract's running down. They probably will take the 35 to 50 million pounds that you try and buy them for. We already know they've lost Ramos for free. Varane has been sold, and they might just sell Odegaard to ease their financial situation. And also for Odegaard, you're at Real Madrid, innit? You've got to back yourself. Unless you're Messi and these sort of guys, you have no divine right to play. But at the same time, I get it. If you're going to be given the same sort of signals, you could only blame yourself if after a year, the same thing repeated itself that saw you go on loan last season. I think he needs to go somewhere he's going to get love, and that needs to be somewhere else. And it is a bit annoying seeing him linked with us all the time. Now, if you're coming, come. If not, it is what it is. Apparently, in addition, the Norwegian player played together with Ceballos could be the two best sales to be made in the remainder of the summer, leaving behind Varane to transfer to United. Arsenal still pending any movement that may occur around the midfielder. Arteta wants to have him back in his team and has made it known to the player and the White Club. So we'll have to see what happens there. Keeping up with the articles, apparently Martin Odegaard is the main objective of Arsenal this summer, and they are attentive to everything that happens with him at Madrid. That's according to Mundo Deportivo, who, as we said, apparently the midfielder is having doubts on all of these things. He against AC Milan, Carlo opted for Isco ahead of him, so he doesn't think he really has the trust of the manager. You need to earn your spot, man. John Stones looked like he was leaving City, and now he's getting a new deal. So make things work, man. I'm not going to say he's not a fighter, but he's not one of them sort of guys, people. The player had heard the same speech last summer, and this, coupled with the latest developments, has made him see that everything is going to be the same as last season. Real Madrid wanting to stay, but if Odegaard wants out, they will not close the door, provided they receive 50 million euros in return. The Gunners seem ready to pay the price set by the Spanish giants. Apparently, Arteta wants the player back at the Emirates as he considers Odegaard as a key piece of the North London club. The manager has informed Arsenal leaders that they have to go for him if the player gets within range. And I mean, critics might say, bro, he got 2 goals, 2 assists or something like that. 50 million is excessive. I think we could do it. I think we should do it. I think he's a decent player. Obviously, I see us going for this purely because if they're saying 60 million for Maddison to begin negotiations and these lot will give you Odegaard for 50 million, I just see it being there, innit? So we'll have to see. Moving away from that and keeping up the same thing. As you lot can see here, Martin Odegaard's situation remains wide open as Arsenal learn price tag, people. And I'm not going to keep reading over the same things. We know he didn't start and all of these sort of things. Apparently, a journalist has said it would take Arsenal around 40 to 50 million euros to secure Odegaard's signing. The player hasn't made a final decision about his future, but is seriously considering a move away from Madrid. Now, everybody should be considering everything. Arsenal can't rely on Odegaard coming and staying. 1 minute it looks like he's going to stay on from his loan spell. 1 minute he's gone, and that's flipped our plans. Real Madrid can't bet on him because he's moving soft. And to be fair with you, Odegaard, you should be open to leaving and staying if you're not seeing signals. But for me, Arsenal either press aggressively and get this done or just keep it moving. Me personally, I think we're going to try our hardest for Maddison, quote unquote, and then we're probably just going to try this Odegaard thing. But I don't know what's going on in that regards, people. So 40 to 50 million euros should see Odegaard sign for the club. That's Lucas Torreira. 1 sec, folks. Let's put that timestamp in. Once out of Real Madrid, Arteta wants him to. And I mean, with Odegaard, it just feels like these players that have been told you're special your whole life, and now you're in a position where, for me, you're a special player anyways, but it's like he's having a problem being the only not special one. And to be fair with you, you're average at Real Madrid purely because I've always said it, bro, you being a good player, being one of the best in whatever, that gets you into Madrid. So if everybody's there, and of that level, you're mediocre around them. It's like being a sick young player. You might be a Millwall or something. You're a big fish in a small pond at 16. You're bullying it. City by you. There's all other 16-year-olds like you. So it is what it is, people, in that regards. What I would like to see is a bit of aggression. It seems like something needs to give. Maybe we need to be a bit aggressive to get Odegaard to to give him some encouragement to force a move, because it feels like people are filtering things to the agents. Arsenal are listening, Madrid are open to selling, Odegaard's open to staying or going. Something's got to give, and we're only going to see real aggression when you see us fail to get Maddison, in my opinion, or something along them lines, if it even gets to that scenario, people. So that's where I am with Martin Odegaard. If we move on to Lucas Torreira, who, again, a lot of people like myself keep forgetting he's at the club. Torreira's once again linked with Lazio once again. I'm saying Lazio. I might be lying to you lot, actually. Where is it? As you lot see here, Torreira reappears for the midfield. The details, apparently... Wait, let me go all the way down. Oh, that's something else. Allegedly, Lazio continues to work tirelessly on the front of the transfer market to give Sarri the last grasp for his new system, trying to find the relevant parts. As reported by Dello Sport, Lucas Torreira reappeared in the Lazio orbit. The Uruguayan midfielder is leaving Arsenal after a season on loan at Atletico. The Gunners would be willing to lend him, I think it means to say, on loan with the right of redemption, so maybe an obligation. Hope it's not an option. And apparently that could represent a very interesting opportunity for Lazio, and they'll evaluate such in the coming days. I mean, you need to get your agent a move on, man. If you like, I always wonder, I know the club's got to move people on, but what's the agents of these players doing? You know, if you want to play first team football, surely you're onto your agent. Like you saw with Grealish and Kane, things were being put into place. It's not always on Edu and these guys to move people on. And I have to question, how bad does Torreira, Willian, Kolasinac, and I know there's a lot of variables, but how much do you lot want to leave this football club? Because what are your agents paid for? Looking after their clients' interests, whoever is his agent, people. And apparently, as we saw, he was in Madrid. There seems to be nothing else, you know. Again, you type in Lucas Torreira, away from sadly the personal tragedy, you'll be surprised. You probably will not find anything to do with good performances at Atletico. It's just, you know, struggles for minutes, you know. And then you keep scrolling down. Look, it's just moves away, struggling for minutes. Unfortunately, RIP his mother. Half the time when he is speaking, it's about just bitching personally, away from that sort of stuff. It's nothing to do with football, sort of thing with Torreira. So short and sweet. I actually don't want to continue speaking about Torreira. He's actually not worth it. So that it is what it is in that regards. Close that. Where's the Tolisso stuff? As you lot can see here, people, we've been linked with Tolisso. Let's put that there. Just copy the same thing. We've been linked with Tolisso. Apparently, he's available for a basement fee, which I would not be against for what it's worth. Hit the like button if you haven't. Where is it? Man United and Arsenal ready to battle for 10 million Bayern Munich midfielder Tolisso. Now, one thing that I think attracts both teams allegedly to this player is he can play right back. You know, I don't know if he'll play there all the time, but both teams need a right back, or United were looking for another right back to fight because they were trying to get Trippier. We need a right back. We both kind of need midfielders as well. So there's that. And obviously, I'm sure 10 million would be something you can't turn down. Obviously, for Tolisso, he could join Varane. And if Pogba stays, he could join Pogba at United for what it's worth, man, and whatnot. It's resurfaced, but for what you can see, Man United and Arsenal are both interested in signing Bayern Munich midfielder Tolisso after the Bundesliga champions halved their asking price. His contract's probably running down. According to Blind, Bayern Munich are willing to sell the 27-year-old for just 8.5 million, 10 million euros. He has a year left on his deal, and I mean, they need to sort it out between him. Who's the other one? I think Goretzka. They need to sort it out, people. Apparently, and his injury record is a bit scary, but apparently they considered renewing his contract, but they're now looking to offload. So that's probably why Arsenal have been linked with him. It's dropped from 17 million even down, so that could be something of interest, people. Apparently United and Arsenal are not the only clubs interested. Apparently Juventus and West Ham are keeping tabs on the midfielder situation. So we'll have to see what happens in relation to Tolisso, but I don't buy it, man. I don't think either club is going to move for him, really. I think that one there, as you saw, is just to get a man to move away. Let's close that. Let's go here. Continue here. Now, this guy plays for Lens, DOUCOURE. He's a decent little midfielder from what I see. He can win a ball back. He's quite strong. He's a decent player. Aston Villa been linked with him as well. As you lot can see here, Arsenal have asked for information about the Mali international club. Want 15 million euro backup for Partey. I mean, what did we sign Lokonga for? But let's keep going. According to the information, Arsenal are looking for a profile to back up Thomas Partey and enter the rotation, and Doucourre is on the list of potential targets. In fact, the London side have asked for information about the defensive midfielder, clearly intrigued after his great season with the Ligue 1 club following their promotion. He did have a good season, and just like that guy who went on loan from PSG, the striker, if you're watching Lens, and that they have a centre back who's been linked with moves away. Lens got a couple of decent players still. Apparently, Aston Villa and Atalanta have put forward their project to the player. Arsenal don't seem to have gone that far. However, there are still 3 weeks left in the transfer window, but apparently Lens want 15 million. So again, it seems like a typical case of, you know, just linking people with clubs and seeing who legitimately is interested. Let's go here. For what it's worth, Man City and Arsenal impressed with Brazilian's maturity, valued at 10 million euros. Scored hat-trick at the weekend. Who's this? Oh, Yuri Alberto. We're linked with Yuri Alberto again. Apparently, Yuri Alberto is now followed by the likes of Barcelona and Real Madrid, while Arsenal and Man City were both impressed by his maturity. He's a decent player. Very decent player, for what it's worth. Apparently, they're demanding 10 million for his sale, so that's probably just not. As you lot know, with the transfer market, it's probably just a lot of rumors to just sell thinkies and whatnot. So it is what it is in that regards, man. I don't think that's his name, so I'm not gonna do that. But we haven't got much more. As I said, please make sure you're hitting the like button. Please make sure you're here for my 3 p.m. live stream, people. Also, make sure you're supporting the movement on Twitch as well. Let me make sure you lot are doing that. Get you the link. So yeah, what else are you lot saying? One sec. Don't think. One love to everyone that's been still getting there. I know I've been a bit not really promoting it, but one love to everyone who's been getting their DG merch as well. Someone sent me on Instagram a picture as well. Hoodies, t-shirts, the rest of it. Summer soon ending, so make sure you grab your hoodies, man, and them things there. Appreciate that. Appreciate all the support you guys give me. It's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. I love you guys for eternity for such. I take Anton Robertson, that Anton Robinson guy from Fulham, decent left back cover. I've been saying that as well. DG must get tired about these man that defo ain't coming to us, of course, bro. But I do it for the guys, man. He was a baller at Lyon, but he just didn't go anywhere, man. I like Torreira, a bit weak-minded, but he was like a terrier snapping at people's heels. We could have made him a very good player, but no, we broke him. Again, I don't understand what happened with Torreira at Arsenal. I haven't seen someone nosedive. On ability, he's amazing, but I don't know for the mentality, man. Well done, DG. My expectation this season is low. I hope you haven't got that off me, but yeah, it is what it is. Our and Odegaard for the price of Maddison is just not being brain dead. Come on, Eddie. Arsenal's transfer windows just gaslight fans, all talking speculation until panic buys on the last day. Tired of Maddison nonsense. If Odegaard is available for less, grab him. If we can get cheaper than Maddison, we should get him and use the money in other areas, says Callum. Well, he's defo not a goal scorer or certified assist man. And for me, if you're not going to get goals and assists, if you can dictate the tempo of a game, which I think is understated in world football, and I think definitely understated at Arsenal, you can get away with that. But looking at it on a harsh thing, it wouldn't probably make sense to sign Odegaard. But I think people are a bit harsh on Odegaard. I do think there's a lot of development. I do think he's a good player. I do think he was a good signing for us. Man are still speaking about Zaha getting linked with Arsenal. You need to leave that one, man. DG, with Maddison in the squad and everyone fit, what's your best 11? Where does Smith Rowe go? Would be weird to see our 10 as a rotation player. He is a rotation player. You know, if Maddison's actually able to play in an 8, I would love Maddison next to Partey and then drop out Xhaka. You've got your Smith Rowe in there. Then obviously, for me, the Sakas, the Martinellis, the Pepes, these lot are your wingers. And then you've got Obo Laka through the middle. You know, defense, I'm going to leave it blank because I don't believe in a right back. Tierney, Ben White, Gabriel when fit, Leno by default. There we have it, innit, really. And truly. Smash the like button. Man are still calling me Cassidy. I have bought the kit. I bought it this morning. Well, it's not on me, but yeah, when it gets delivered, we'll do a thingy for it, man. Would you? Kit review. That's what it is. I was looking for it. Just saw the away kit video. I think they blew up the transfer money on that vid. And what was that Len? What was that Len thing in the video? I don't know, man. Appreciate the Americans locked in. The season starts in 3 days, and we have young raw players who have come in. Reality is we are in the middle of a dogfight to climb up the table. BP, thank you, because that's what I agree. But the problem is we understand that. Do the players comprehend it? Do they comprehend it? Because I don't think they want it enough. I'm not naive. Clearly, we're being a bit harsh. They have desire and them things there, but they don't want it bad enough. Or they wouldn't keep. Some of these players have just, since they've signed for this club, have just been attached to failure. And they'd have that burning desire to get out of that. But when the going gets tough, you see what people are made of. And 9 times out of 10, people crumble in this team. People absolutely crumble, man. Which is quite upsetting, more jarring, if anything. But fundamentally, as a wise man said once, it is what it is, folks. Make sure you've all set your reminders. We've only got 1 like on this messy video. You lot are a tough crowd, innit? Bloody hell. I have to go straight after this and make a thumbnail for that as well. Get something to eat as well. And then we're back into that. It's getting a bit overwhelming with all this content, innit? Actually not got a chance to do things that need to be done. It's crazy. But we keep going, man. I make it look wavy. We're at 666 people viewing. I mean, obviously, sadly, I think the poll ended. Oh, well, it's still going for me. I actually can't see the finished thing, but it says in relation to will Aubameyang find his goal scoring boots, no. 51% have said no. 49% have said yes. 356 likes, people. Let's keep moving towards 400. If you have not hit that like button, do such already. Is there any other transfer news that we don't know about? DG, when's the next FM stream happening? It happened yesterday. It's going to get uploaded onto YouTube after this. I tried to upload them, actually, a couple of vids and that, but it was saying an hour and something, and it would have cut into this. And I didn't want things to be streaming and whatnot. I mean, be uploading while I'm streaming. I didn't know if it would be able to do that, so it's best we just leave it. I would raid Leeds' midfielders, bro. You're not getting Calvin Phillips if you ain't got big money, and probably the rest goes for the others as well. Keep going, brother. Your work ethic is elite, inspirational. Trevor, thank you very much for your kind words, man. Appreciative. Which team will win the Champions League? Where's my shirt? Someone finesse me. My team, bro. Get me. If you're not with it, get to know. After this, I'm going to go buy PSG's latest shirt as well with Messi on the back. In fact, no. I'm getting the DG team. Every top team is improving their squad. Arsenal still focusing on new kit releases. Well done, Arsenal fans, for still accepting this shambles. Well, I'm a glory boy, man. Can't criticize players for wanting to leave to win things and then not the fans. Come on, man. If you're looking to raid anyone that leads, it's the Gaffer, DG, Messi, or CR7, the one that plays for PSG. How comes Bissouma ain't been bought by no one? Arsenal, Man United, City all need a DM and he's really good. Don't know. Maybe they've done their scouting and they've said he's not good enough, or they'll leave it, or maybe there's an asking price they're not prepared to pay. Maybe there's other options. We'll never know, man. But it is a bit bewildering. His contract's running down, man. Feel sorry for Len. I just can't believe how far we've fallen. How can our club find it acceptable? It's Arsenal, not Newcastle United or Blackburn. A bit harsh to them. And 2 very good clubs who also done dirty. But I hear you. I like all the recent signings we have made, but we all know we need more to push us onto the next level. And we still have the deadwood to get rid of. Exactly. It's something we've been saying in May, in June, in July. And hey, we're in August. We'll probably be saying it in December. Will Arsenal finish top 6, DG? Bro, it's down to them. If they want it and they apply themselves, why not? If you keep moving like you've done, it's not just going to be 8th. It could be worse. It's down to them. The players need to seize their destinies. They're the only ones that can decide where they finish. Big up DG. How concerned are you with the goalkeeper situation right now? Very concerned because I like Leno. I don't think he's levels and I don't see a backup. And I question Leno's commitment levels. And on top of that, you know, the other areas. So very, very big question marks over that stuff, man. $376 likes, people were flirting, absolutely flirting with 400. Who do you think Arsenal's realistically going to sign? I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't have Edu's number. I don't have a clue. I can only comment on what I see, man. What managers out there would take on the Arsenal job if Arteta got the sack this season? I don't know. For me, you need to be going. I think you need to go. I think Gasparini's gone somewhere, but you need to try find who left. Someone left. Someone was a sick coach and they left Sassuolo. If you could go for him, the Italian guy, just go to one of them bookie Italian teams that's always making good players, because I can sit here and say the Contes and them things. Them man, they're not coming here with certain man here. DG, can you do fan cam after the match this season? I typically do match reviews. If you're talking about on AFTV, I wouldn't hold my breath because I'm not really down for standing up doing that anymore. You know, if they invite man, they invite me, and I'm not. I can't lie, I'm not with it, man. I'm not with standing up after the game. I got a bag of things to do, man. Man didn't appreciate it, man. So am I gonna waste my time? Arsenal has become a sport franchise. It's not the Gooner football club anymore. Hopefully not like the Rams. Arsenal sell more new kits than any other team in the EPL. What keeper would I want this window? It's a difficult one, you know. That young guy, that young Belgium lad. Is it Martin something? He looks decent. I don't want to go off one game and he's only 20. But Liverpool played Bilbao. And they had one young little Spanish keeper, not Liverpool, Bilbao. I like the look of him. I'm only going off one game. You know, I know Unai Simon might be returning late, so keen out to see what's going on there. But we'd look at that. If we was able, if we was able, I would actually not mind Kasper Schmeichel at all because he's got the mentality. But it's a myth, man. Do you know what, S? It's probably because Lingard's always wanted to be United, didn't it? He just needed to find his confidence and all of those things again and whatnot. And he is good to have in the squad. He's a good guy around people. But yeah, I was surprised he didn't. You know, he felt important, is what it is. And it's a big risk. If he wants, I don't know how frequently he's going to play at United. You'd imagine because you're in the Champions League and everything, there's plenty of games to go around. But it's an issue, man. Do you rate Bruno Fernandes as a footballer? Yeah, I like Bruno. I just think there needs to be work with Bruno. I think for someone in Bruno's position, you know, he needs to stop just doing what normally works for him. A man said, your channel is only for Arsenal. I'd like it to be all clubs, DG. Special one. I think you're a bit wrong in that regards because at 3 p.m. I'm speaking about Messi. I do the DG podcast, which is about football. You know, I speak about any other conscientious topic that has anything to do with football. Ultimately, it's going to be here. I'm an Arsenal fan, but I do neutral topics. I'm a fan of football first, Arsenal second. So I think you need to do a bit more due diligence around what's coming out, man. And, you know, like G1 has said, you're kind of wrong there. And you need to subscribe to Twitch, where we do a lot of neutral streams. Deluded Gooner on Twitch as well. Not sure when you just came on the wave, but yeah, man, I think that's wrong, bro. But I hear you, though, man. You want to see better. You want to see content and whatnot. Be about me and shooting boots. Guess he's a fool for not wanting to play regular football. Harsh. West Ham and Villa will finish ahead of Arsenal. Hopefully not. We knew what was going to happen this season in terms of transfer activity. We all predicted it. So I guess we should settle ourselves and accept mediocrity, boy. Two years back, I used to believe we are top 4 contenders. Now I don't think we'll finish top 6. But if we could apply ourselves consistently, you could finish for top 4. That's my take in it. But yeah, don't collab with those leeches at AFTV. That's a bit harsh, man. You know, shout out everybody. There's some good guys. Obviously, there's people that use the platform to be twats like you're going to get with anything. But you've got some good people there. Bit harsh. Nobody wants our Deadwood. Boy. I don't think we'll re-sign Aaron Ramsey. I was defo a deadline day signing. Would love it, man. It's a special one is calm, man. Why is no one on after hour? I don't know, man. There must be when it feels like something is so obvious, like you have to criticize clubs for not doing their business, but there must be something that us fans, because we're not in the situation, are naive to. Respectfully, trust me, it's respectfully by quite a distance. I ain't got a rant and rave for you to hear what I say, man. But moving away from that. Are you going to the games this season, DG? I'm hoping to. You know, I'm not. Do you know what? The Chelsea tickets went up. Not really feeling it. I wanted the shirt. I like the shirt. I'm not feeling it, man. I might, but I'm not feeling it right now. I'm just not feeling it, man. My optimism went. How do you hit the like on your Twitch vids? I don't think you actually can, you know. But love for that, man. Last year, Aouar was Arteta's man. This year, he's going on the cheap, and cricket's from Arsenal, boy. We've only purchased one starter. 95% of the team is the same. Why are we so slow? Buy Odegaard, a backup goalkeeper, not Ramsdale, and done. We move. We just need to get back into Europe. Baby steps. Come January, we go again. Let's try to be positive. I don't think I hear you, but in general, I don't think I'm personally being positive or negative. I wouldn't even say I'm being real. I'm literally just commenting on what I see. I don't think there's a reason for me to sit here and go blue in the face and be negative. There are negatives that prevent me from being overly optimistic, and there are some positives, but these positives are minimal, and the ones that are there, they're overstated. Where I think there's, you know, one hand, I haven't seen anything change to me as a fan. So how can I assume things are going to change next season? I hope so. I hope we can go on a run. I hope we can exploit things. I hope everything clicks into place, but I cannot see that. And the thing that scares me the most is not really tactics. It's the mentality. As I said, it wouldn't surprise me if Arsenal was, you know, lose to Brentford, spot on against Chelsea, mixed after that. You know, you need to apply yourself 100%. I've said I don't think they want it bad enough, man. It's absolute mad, man. Did you get anyone on the third shirt, DG? I got Saka on the home one. I only get my own name, but if I was going to get someone, probably Saka after what happened with the Euros. But that DG13, man. Nah, fuck that guy, man. He's a pagan still, but I'm following man and that. But yeah, man, let's stop talking on patties, man. Bro, love the vibes and content. Very appreciative of that. It means a lot, man. Apparently, the Brentford boys are buzzing, according to Robbie, as they would. You worked all hard to be, you know, obviously it's a 38-game period, but you worked all hard all season. You worked very hard to get promoted. Of course, you're going to be buzzing in the first game. Back with your fans, home game in the Premier League. Some of you might not even, not to criticize Brentford, but some of them, if they get relegated or whatever, some of them might not be able to play Premier League again. Of course, you're gonna be buzzing. You wanted to play the Arsenals, the Uniteds, the Chelsea, the this, the that, the third. You know, you wanted to be in all of that. So of course they're buzzing. Of course they should be buzzing. If I was in Brentford's position and they weren't buzzing, there'd be an issue. And why they shouldn't be phased on Arsenal on the best of days because of how we're moving, but they shouldn't be phased by anyone. You know, you got promoted, you need to believe you can mix it up, man. And this is it. It's not all about the talent. They need heart, desire, inspiration, and consistency. And I just feel too much of this isn't arrested with the players themselves. And anytime you need a manager or someone to keep motivating you, you're not on it. It's like a school kid. If a teacher or your mom has to keep telling you revise, get on your books, you might still pass, but you're not going to be as, you know, you're not going to achieve as much as you would if nobody told you. Every time they walk in your room, you see, man, 2 + 2 = 4, this and that, you know, oh, I'm good at this, I'm good at that, and all the others, man. That white dude on AFTV with the over-the-top Jamaican accent makes me uncomfortable. Alexander, I'm going to have to stop you there. You're being quite disrespectful. And, you know, he might historically not be Jamaican, but he's grown up there. It's an authentic accent. So please allow it with that, my guy, man. It's him. You know, you're allowed to think people are good or not good, but that's fully him. He's not pretending. He's fully him. And I've never met White Yardie, but, you know, it's a small world. He's actually one of the only ones I can look at and say, them man, they are authentic. Not too many men are authentic. And I'm not talking about his accent, authentic in what he actually is, man. But then again, ability, motivation doesn't matter with low ability. It does over. It does. It does, because it's a 38 game period. You know, obviously, when you've got ability, you can apply yourself, and I hear you. But it's, you know, this is why we're beating big teams and losing. It's not about ability. How many of you have played football matches and lost to guys that are duds? It is about ability, but it's about applying yourself. You know, in the same way we go into games and look at Liverpool's mad ability and just give up. Come on now, man. I hear you, but it's not just about signings, man. We've been signing people with ability. You know, there's some players that are the only people I think do not have ability in this team is Mohamed El Nene and Bellerin, literally in comparison to the others. It's the application, it's the mistakes, it's whatever. Your content is dope, bro. Much respect, appreciative of that. 8 p.m. kickoff, bro. I hope we don't start in typical Arsenal fashion. Hi, bro, a Chelsea fan here. What do you think about this season? You have no European football and have clubs like Leicester and West Ham as contenders from 5th to 8th. So what's your expectation? To get back into Europe, it's as simple as that. To finish higher than you did the last year. Simple stuff. Please stop spamming though, my bro. I'm going to have to unfortunately block you. You know, we're trying to get rid of that. Ability will only get you so far. You know, you look at Manchester City, they've got fantastic ability. They apply themselves. They've got hunger in every game, you know, even when, you know, remember they won the league. Do you remember, you go back to the start of last season, around the time they played Leeds at Ellen Road, people were saying they're finished. If they didn't have a mentality to pull themselves out of it, it's a madness. Some of them guys have been part of a couple of great winning teams. Their motivational levels, their professional levels are amazing. You know, it's about applying yourself. So you need to be motivated. You know, these teams are playing 2-3 times a week. You need to be motivated. Ability, you know, if anyone that's played football, you can't just turn up and think because we're better than them, I'm able to do 25 million kickups, they can do 10, we're gonna win. That's not how football works. Of course, it's not. I'm not saying you can have 10 builders and that's because they're motivated, they're gonna win. Life don't work like that. But this is why you see Leicester doing a madness. Leicester have players with ability, but there's people probably that they finished above of, you know, and have performed better than for a couple of years that have more ability than them. All I want to see is for us to improve and not do the same things as last season. Is that too much to ask? Yeah, man. Of course, I think it can be said. A lot of these Arsenal players aren't good enough. But again, the same token is these men don't apply themselves. You know, signing people is half our job. My thing is ability is what we need, but them man, they are not motivated. It just feels like Arteta has to keep telling you, look, what the ramifications are. I don't see man are inspired because they want to leave their own little individual legacies within the club and the game. It's a myth, man. It's crazy, man. Big up DG. Nowadays, I don't think managers really think when it comes to transfers. I feel clubs are there for you to exploit financial issues, i.e. Barcelona. Good point. I feel for our forwards, we missed so many chances in front of goal last season, and with the third best defense in the league, missing our chances caused us to finish 8th. Did it? Because we still conceded cheap goals. Games we shouldn't have lost, we lost. Games we drew where we should have won. You know, there's many different defensive metrics. We didn't only lose to that, man. I hear you, but you can take someone to the water. You can't help them to drink. They need to. It starts with the manager, but the players need to. You know, even if your manager's a joke, man, you should not want to be part of joke stuff. So when I'm watching you, I can at least say, oh, you're going down fighting. But too many things, there's the blame game. I honestly think certain individuals know that their teammates are going to be scapegoated and make more headlines, so they hide behind them. It's an issue, man. Bro, motivate. That's why France got beaten up, bro. France had dodgy tactics, and you know they were moving a bit shaky. They thought they could just turn up and win and ramp with their formation. Was it Denmark? Them Swedish, them Swiss guys. They were on it. That's why you saw some big teams fail, bro. Ability is not everything, bro. How many times have you seen man buy bare players and flop? But forget all of that, man. I don't like to say this, but I think Oba is done, is finished, fam. But you're allowed to. He's not giving you anything to suggest anything else. All I can say is I hope he proves you wrong. Exactly. Look how many Leeds players are up for every game, you know, and how many of their players are the best in the world and on big money and things, with respect to them, because I'm not saying their players are poor. Them and they are motivated. What are the good things you see Arteta do on the pitch? Tactical. No, I'm back. That was a difficult question still. I don't think there's anything I see obvious or evidently. You know, there's been a bit more hiding Xhaka's deficiencies. There's a bit more, I wouldn't even say polish playing out from the back, but it does look like that. Tactically, I don't think, for me anyways, there's nothing of significance. We're still over-reliant on several individuals. Probably still over-reliant on the left-hand side. As you see, there's nothing in our midfield offering anything. We don't create any chances. So I'm not trying to be negative, but I mean, I can't see anything, my bro. Like, evidently. You got to, man. You got to. How long do you give Oba to find form? He's got 3 games, bro. Or man have to drop you, and then when FA Cup and them thing there come around, or someone gets injured, you get your looking, man. DG, I feel like Mikel just needs to implement the 3-4-3 again. Tierney at centre back with Tavares at left back. I hear you, but I'd rather just play. I just want to see 4 at the back now, man, because Arteta's emphasis is not to go forward, so the back 3 is going to be meaty. We need at least 3 or 4 to come in to have any happiness for me. 3 or 4, your chest is high, bro. Need a new captain. Oba doesn't seem to have the hunger anymore. Things need to fresh out. He's got the hunger. It's just not working out for him, man. Bro, Maribia would be lit, but boy, I'm not too sure we're gonna grab him still, man. Was you happy we sold Willock? I'm never gonna be happy a Haaland boy is gone in it, but you know, I'm happy that in theory, if his career is able to get going, he's able to start playing and playing consistently, do his thing. Bro, because he's gonna spend it on BS. Arsenal should pressure Luis Enrique to forward. But they spoke to him the minute he found out about the transfer resources. He kept it moving. It's like, safe, man. I'm not on this. Bro, we defeat ourselves. Our build-up play is slow. Our attacking play is slow. So naturally, you allow teams to get into position. Even when we win games, you don't see too many fullbacks or centre mids pulled from pillar to post. You don't really see team structures destroyed. When it's us, you do, though. As you've seen in the last 2 Sundays we've played. But boy, it's a techie one, man. Absolute techie one, man. Absolute techie one. Where are we at for likes, people? Have we cleared 400 yet? 424. Appreciative of that, man. Let's get last couple questions in. As I said, people, please make sure you're at the next live stream, which is at 3 p.m. You know, I'm actually just gonna go get some lunch, pattern up some things, and then we'll be back again, isn't it? Really? I was planning to stream that on Twitch, and I thought, you know, I'm neglecting YouTube, man. Pardon me. For every year that Kroenke is in charge, Arsenal are pushed back an extra 10 years. Probably. Despite everything, White, Lokonga, and Tavares are terrific signings, both for now and the future. I hope they can prove that. And there's a good base, but then, you know, how long before they revert to type? And you hang around with bums, you become a bum. You hang around with guys that are elite, your mindset starts changing. I'm sure Grealish, with respect to Aston Villa, you know, I'm sure there's several things he might have been complacent about. Now he's going to be around them City, man. The mentality is going to change even slightly, you know. Again, you hang around with some of your friends that make poor, bad decisions in life. You are going to make poor decisions, or indirectly, their poor decisions are going to be a consequence of you. And the same thing happens at Arsenal. And the scary thing is, with the Ben Whites, the Tavareses, the Lokongas, the Smith Rowes, the Sakas, we have this double whammy of an over-reliance on these young players where our performances or victories are correlated with them performing or not. And it's not healthy because they're young players. The next double whammy is that they're not allowed to just be young players, you know, because we should not be expecting Tavares, Lokonga, Ben White, Saka, Smith Rowe. How much experience? Some more obviously more experienced than others, Gabriel, but that's very inexperienced players. They don't have the scope to grow because they're the ones we're looking at now. It's crazy, man. Like, at least Emre and Wenger had a way of playing. At least Emre stuck to his defensive guns, and he was probably a bit more creative than Arteta at this moment in time, really, in August 2021. And at least Wenger there was a basic way of doing things. I don't really. If Arteta leaves tomorrow, you've won an FA Cups, you know. But what are you as a gaffer at Arsenal? What is your Arsenal legacy? Probably getting rid of Mesut Ozil. I don't know, man. Respect for the stream, DG. Watching from across the pond in Toronto. Appreciative of that, man. Trust me, you par with teeth, you become a thief. Simple. Trust me, you get labeled one. Exactly. Or for the galley out there, well, in fact, I don't want to get cancelled, but how many of you, your friends might be a bit naughty, a bit of a bad one, innit? And a couple other man, you might be chilling and man them start thinking you're badders as well, because she's a badders. Like, get it? Like, again, let's quickly go, man. They both had a worse team too. Bro, Emre had less authority than Arteta, you know. Emre needed to go, don't get it twisted, but you know, Emre asked for Partey, never got Partey. You got Partey. You know, the key difference is Arteta is a manager. Emre was a head coach. Who has more experience? And really, if it was a normal job and you're applying to become a manager, and you come in with the job title of, you know, man, I'm doing this at Seville, I've done this, I've done that. I've done this for Arteta. I mean, I've done this for Pep. Pep, I beg you, give me let me put your number down for a reference. Pep, they're gassing it. Oh my, he's the greatest ever. Probably a joke that went too far with Pep Guardiola. Wenger, you know, Wenger, he's OTF. He'll never snake the man. Them co-signing it. You know, who should get that role? It's one of them ones, man. I think a more experienced manager would, but I think a manager who's strong in his principles would. And I have to start. I say that, but every day Arteta is doing the same thing. So he might be strong to his principles, but it's just wrong. So it might be, man. It is embarrassing to rely on Bukayo Saka last season. No disrespect to Saka, because nothing to do with him. I can only applaud him. Embarrassing. Like you said, embarrassing. You know, when these guys, let's just say Saka was bad man, which we're happy. I'm lucky him and Smith Rowe, they're well-rounded individuals. Let's just say they were bad man and they carried on foolishness. You know, who is there for them to look left and right and say, oh, no, you know what, I'm at Arsenal. This is what Arsenal's about. You don't see that. It's a mazza. It's one of them ones there, man. So you just have to live with it, man. Unpopular opinion, maybe though not important. We can't be having Holding and especially Maria centre backs. Neither are levels. I've already spoke on Tolisso, my bro. What do you think about Arteta? What do you think Arteta should do to help us break teams down more? He needs to have more faith in his team. You know, we don't attack with pace. It's very slow. And on top of that, when you've got players that are slow, doing slow things, you got players that don't believe in their ability to pass the ball. We're defeating ourselves before the opponent because we're not disrupting their shape. When you start factoring in the individual errors and the mistakes and all of these sort of things, it's an issue. I hope you're well as well, Mr. Miyagi. You know, I think we're looking at Emre with rose tints. You know, I can't lie. I hear you, but Emre was shaky as well, as was Wenger. I find myself missing both of them really at this moment in time. More the father Wenger, but we can't allow it. That's where the club is twanging us so much. That's now the territory we're going. It's an issue, man. Serious problem, people. But as I said, please make sure you're at my next live stream, which is at 3 p.m. people. I've enjoyed watching this. Doing this with you lot. Please make sure you hit the like button while it's not out yet, just so you keep a mental note. It's obviously Arsenal versus Brentford on Friday, so from 7:30 p.m. over here on YouTube, I'll be doing that. Tomorrow is Super Cup business. I'll be doing a watch along for that. I think that's 8 p.m. kickoff UK time, so I'll be on the 7:30. The only difference is I'm going to need you to go over to my Twitch to view that. It won't be here on YouTube. I might upload the replay and whatnot, you know, monetization purposes, and just the fact that some of you like to watch that. There'll be a timer on that one as well. So yeah, hit that one there up. obviously there's a bag of content to come. There's going to be a decent amount of Twitch content to come from myself today as well. So yeah, I mean, I say today, this week, and so on and so forth and whatnot, man. So yeah, I'm gonna love and leave you, get something to eat real quick, and then yeah, man, I've loved the conversation. I've loved the input you lot have put in. I definitely love the engagement levels. We're at 443. Can we keep moving towards 500 likes? I'm very appreciative of this, man, and it's been a very good watch along, man. As I've said, or live stream better yet, you'll always come with your engagement, your talking points, and the rest of it. And I'm really appreciative that I have this platform that I have with you guys, because you lot, you know, time goes quick because you lot talk sense, man. Really and truly. So it is what it is.
Against this right back, Charlie.